Today we're going to be making a heart-healthy comfort food classic and one of my personal favorites, shepherd's pie. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our topping for this pie. Now I went ahead and boiled some Yukon Gold potatoes and I've begun to mash them, and now what we're going to do is season our potatoes. So I've got some skim milk, and to the skim milk I'm going to add some margarine, then we're going to add some nutmeg. And a little bit of cayenne pepper is going to give it a nice kick. All right, this is going to go in the microwave for about 20 seconds. We just want to melt the margarine. Okay, great. Sounds like our milk is ready. Just going to give this a quick stir. Oh, yeah, that's good. Add milk to the potatoes. And just add a little bit at a time, depending on what your potato mixture is like. You don't want this to be too loose when you put it on top of your pie, else it won't have that really kind of comfort food, hearty meat and potatoes dish we're kind of going for. Add a little bit of green onions. It's going to give it a really nice pop of color. All right, we're going to set this aside and we're going to make our filling. So to a preheated pan, I am going to add some lean ground beef. We're just going to cook this for about 2 or 3 minutes, just until it gets a little bit browned. We don't have to worry about cooking it all the way through at this stage because we're going to finish it in the oven. Traditionally, shepherd's pie is made with a combination of other fattier meats, and today we're using a lean ground beef. So if your pan seems a little dry after you've sauteed the beef, you might want to add just a touch of olive oil, and then you're going to add your vegetables. We're going to add some chopped onion, some carrots. Next, add some mushrooms. You need to give that a quick stir. Next, we're going to add some tomato paste. Now we're going to add some fresh thyme. Now to the pan, we are going to add some dry sherry. You want to make sure you add this carefully because it does have alcohol, and you want to add it low to the pan so that it doesn't flame up on you if you're using a gas cooktop. Also, if you don't have any dry sherry, you can certainly substitute some red wine. It would work beautifully with this dish as well. All right, now we're going to add some low sodium beef broth. And then next we're going to add a little bit of flour. Now the flour is really going to help bind this broth mixture together. All right, we've got our flour, and now I just want to season it with a little bit of black pepper. All right, our filling is ready to go into our pie plate. Now I've got my pie plate on a tinfoil lined tray because this has a tendency to kind of bubble over. So we're going to add the filling to our pie plate. All right, we're going to add our topping now that we set aside from earlier. And I like to just kind of dollop it down in big dollops around. And then once I've done that, I like to just spread it all out and make a nice even layer. All right, we're going to put this into a 375-degree oven for about a half an hour. All right, here we have our comfort food classic that's going to satisfy your meat and potatoes craving. I hope you enjoy it.